I'm Byron Carlock. I'm on the board of AFIRE, retired partner from PwC, and a current partner with CEO Coaching International. This particular meeting is very instructive as we look at the confluence of assets that we don't historically consider part of the four major food groups of office, industrial, retail, and multifamily. It includes a lot of discussion about infrastructure, public-private partnerships, re-envisioning our built environment. What do we want the future of our cities to be? How do we want the walkability and sustainability to affect our development activities in the other core asset classes? So we look at the addition of things like solar farms, wind farms, data centers, affordable housing, attainable housing, workforce housing. We look at major corporate sponsors taking over their own real estate activities to make sure they have the facilities and energy to facilitate their operational needs. The presentation we had yesterday by the New York City Economic Development Commission was very interesting, as they have taken upon themselves to relook at the many assets that are owned by the 5 boroughs and the city of New York, and are repurposing assets like former military bases, libraries, government buildings, increasing the density, adding housing. They're looking at adding in excess of 40,000 units of housing on land and assets that they already control in order to unlock value and increase housing stock for a city that needs it desperately. Yesterday was a really interesting learning opportunity to realize that our industry is at the heart of solving some major social issues as it relates to housing, transportation, energy, data, and things that don't traditionally fall in the bailiwick of developers but is in this cycle. What does it take to make these changes? I do think it requires us to think about each deal differently and bigger than the parcel on which we are developing. What does it mean to integrate with green space, walkability, sustainability, transportation, energy? All of those aspects feed into our analysis, yet neither the developer nor the municipality can pay for all of that. So the structure is going to have to include an integration of infrastructure funding, as well as project funding, as well as operational charges and considerations moving forward that may change the way we operate our real estate. That's what I think is going to be a primary difference in this cycle and this recovery than past cycles we've seen. An environment of deeper public-private partnership, synthesis of opportunity to serve the needs of the demand that's out there. The trend is the integration of infrastructure into traditional development as we rethink our built environment to realize much of our infrastructure that has aged has to be updated or repurposed. Much of our transportation network is being upgraded, just like we've seen in New York, the new LaGuardia Airport. JFK is going to be next. We look at new ideas like the water taxis we sampled yesterday, the vertical airlift helicopters that we saw yesterday. Those are new ideas that we've not seen in previous cycles. Driverless taxis in Austin, Texas, the growth of Waymo in Arizona, the decision of Google this week to locate their nation's largest data center near the Mississippi River for water supply outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Our built environment is changing to reflect changing demands, and our development and investment community has to respond accordingly.